So, hi everyone, good morning. I hope I'm audible. Very, very good morning. Thank you for taking time and attending this webinar for the first time. We have been doing this long short webinars, but now the agenda, the motto is something different. I hope everyone have signed up on the Strike platform. Okay, yeah. So we started this Stripe platform, the development, the design back in 2022 December, and from there we have come a long way. We have launched this product 2 months back. As of now, it is for free. But whoever has not signed up, please go to web.strike.money and sign up and start using it. It's an analytical tool basically, which is completely data driven, no bias, nothing. And our goal is to make sure that we give you the proper data in making sure that you make the right decisions in the market. That is the whole agenda what we have set out for. We gave a lot of importance to the design. If you see our product, our design is top notch. We are concentrating not only for one section of the uh, people who are in the markets, but this product is basically for everyone. When I say everyone, I mean to say it is not only for analysts, or it is not only for traders, short-term traders, long-term traders, but also for investors. So right now the tool is under full development, where we have brought some amazing tools for you to use, which will showcase you. Rohit will take you through the platform, and of course, everyone will say, okay, you're displaying the data, but next what? How do I pick the stocks? How do I narrow down to that last few stocks? That is what the agenda is in today's webinar, as to how you can narrow down to that last few stocks where you need to invest or trade. That is the main agenda over here. So, in fact, we are developing this in full swing, and some of the major tools like RRG, which is like relative rotation graphs, developed by Julius D. Kemper. We are the first one in India to get the license. The development is going on. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be going live with the RRG tool. That is basically a momentum tool which will give you as to where which sectors or which stocks is leading or lagging, all the four quadrants. We are also, this week, very happy to announce that futures module is finally ready. We are going live, and in the next 1 month, you should be seeing the options module also. When I say options, everything we have covered, right from options tool, option chain, strategy builder, multi-strike OI, PCR, everything we have covered in this. Of course, before I start, the main people who are instrumental in developing the tool, you are able to see them right now. Rohit, who has been very, very instrumental in developing this tool. His feedbacks has been absolutely important in developing the RMI and the Dow trend and the rest. We have Mr. Jay Ora, who is an analyst at Indiacharts. He has taken care of entire fundamentals and futures and options. Of course, what we are looking forward to is the sector analysis, which is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. When I say mind-blowing, yes, I mean it. Why? That is because we have covered every aspects of sector analysis. When I say every aspect, I mean to say price, fundamentals, then FPI inflows, mutual fund inflows, every part of the corner we have tried to cover, and we have drilled down to 4 levels of sector analysis. So in NSE, if you go and see sector analysis sectors, they have bifurcated into 4 levels. That is the industry, basic industry sectors, and macro sectors. Macro sectors is around 8 to 9, and sectors is around 19. Basic industries are around 40 to 50, and basic industry is around 80 basic industries. So what we are trying to do in sector analysis is drill down to these 4 levels and then give you the data and represent as to what the 5 best basic industries you should be looking out for. To that level of drill down, we are doing it, and we are trying to improvise the system. We are trying to build this in the next 1 month. It will be going live. Shivam has been very, very instrumental in developing this tool. Of course, Sundar, Jay, and Rohit, all the 4 have been absolutely working day and night in making sure that we give the best. Of course, we are working on even the technology part. Right now we have just gone live. We are working on that to make sure it's absolutely robust. We are using trading view charts. So we are trying to make sure that right from the speed to the data, proper showing, displaying of the data we are working on. So in this webinar, we'll be showing you as to how to use the strike tool. Rohit will take over now. Okay, he'll be showing you how to use the strike tool. And the most important thing is how to analyze using the present tools. Okay, and narrowing to that last few things where you need to look for in terms of stocks. So that is what the agenda is. If you have any doubts, you can put it in the chat. Of course, we'll have a FAQ section later on. Once Rohit is done and once Shivam is done, and then we'll take the FAQs. So, yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you so much, Rohit. It's all yours. You can just, speak.
Chavan underscores the amount of work that he's also put in, because he's been driving this entire project and thought process. It only started out with sentiment that I probably use in some of the tools that I've been using for maybe 2 decades. A lot of data we store on Excel sheets, which are not available anywhere. But it has gone on to include every aspect of market analysis that we try to do, and often find that the sources of data are just not good enough because most people do not want to put in the work. Just like keeping data on an Excel sheet every day, whether it is market breadth, is something that most people don't do, which is why you don't have any breadth indicators in this country available on any platform except Strike today. Similarly, on the fundamental side, we are finding so many loopholes in data, historical analysis, comparability of earnings across time because of splits and changes in capital. And kisko mehnat karni hai. So actually, we've taken that onus upon ourselves. We will do it. We'll make sure that there's data authenticity also to whatever extent possible, and continue to improvise what we present and how we present it so that it is not just user friendly, but its end usability is very, very high. That means कि आपको कोई बहुत बड़ा ज्ञानी नहीं बनना है. It doesn't mean कि you have to know everything about everything. We can help drill down the data and show you कि भाई ये relevant चीजें हैं जो आपको देखनी है, और आपके सामने प्रस्तुत हो जाए वो चार्ट्स के साथ. Not just trading view but various other tools. We've tried to use whatever is best available so that it gets presented to you, और आप देख पाए कि एक एक टूल में कौन सा फीचर है और उसमें क्या डेटा है. मतलब आपको डेटा के अंदर डेटा फिल्टर करके फाइनल आपको एंड रिजल्ट क्या चाहिए वो आप निकाल पाओ, एंड उस अंतिम दिशा में और वो एंड गोल को दिमाग में रखते हुए जहां हमें पहुंचना है, इसको डिजाइन किया जा रहा है. एंड इट इज एन ऑन गोइंग डेवलपमेंट. ये ऐसा नहीं कि हमने आज बना दिया और कल उसमें कुछ बदलाव नहीं आएगा. जैसे जैसे फीडबैक लूप आएगा, लोग इस्तेमाल करेंगे, हमें समझ में आएगा कि इसमें ये चेंज करेंगे तो इससे और इम्प्रूवमेंट हो सकता है, एनालिटिकल आउटकम्स इम्प्रूव हो सकती हैं, एआई ड्रिवन हो सकते हैं. आप बोल सकते हैं कि भाई मुझे इस तरह का कुछ चाहिए, तो उस चीज को ऐड कर दिया जाए. सो दैट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव. और इसमें इस चीज को अचीव करने के लिए आप सबका सपोर्ट जरूरी है, क्योंकि जितने लोग इसमें जुड़ते जाएंगे वैसे हमारा उत्साह बढ़ेगा और हम लोग उस पर जो काम कर रहे हैं उसी दिशा में करते जा पाएंगे. तो बहुत ही जरूरी है कि आप इसका नहीं कि सिर्फ इस्तेमाल करें बट लोगों को बताएं. सब तक ये आवाज पहुंचाए कि ऐसी कोई चीज इस देश में सबको हासिल हो रही है जो कि कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं करके देती, क्योंकि मेहनत नहीं करनी है और एनालिस्ट से डेवलप नहीं है, या तो एनालिटिकल लोगों ने काम नहीं किया उस पर, जो लोग एक्चुअली एनालिसिस करते हैं, रिसर्च करते हैं इंडस्ट्री में, उन लोगों से अगर बात करके आप किसी चीज को डेवलप करोगे तो अलग ही दिखेगा, जहाँ की आप सिर्फ उसको बहुत ही बेसिक लेवल पे रखो। और इसका ये भी मतलब नहीं है कि वो बहुत ही कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो जाए और आम आदमी इस्तेमाल ना कर पाए। सिंपल क्लिक बटन्स और ड्रॉप डाउन मेनू से आप एंड रिजल्ट्स निकाल पाओ। इस तरीके का UI UX जो हम बोलते हैं, यूजर इंटरफेस, यूजर फ्रेंडलीनेस, जो भी नाम से आप उसको बुलाएं, वो आपको मिल जाए। सो दैट इज द गोल, and I will try to continue and have this hash between English and Hindi. I know there are different participants, and this video will eventually go maybe on YouTube so that everybody can understand what we are really talking about. Now, Chavan wants me to get into the particular drill down. See, we cannot really do a full 99-degree demo, but you should get an idea of how this thing works. And of course, a lot of the further of this discussion will depend on the Q&A, where I know कई लोग जो इसका इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं और हम लोग को बहुत क्वेश्चंस आते करें ये कैसे करें, और उसका जवाब शायद हमारे पास हो, या फिर जवाब हम दे देंगे आगे के डेवलपमेंट्स में, तो वो चीज़ आपको बता पाए कि हाँ ये हो सकता है, नहीं हो सकता है, हमें भी आइडियाज मिलेंगे कि हमें किस चीज़ पे ध्यान देना है। तो Q&A ज़रूरी होगा, आपके इनपुट्स की, आपको क्या जानना है, आपको किस तरह से इस्तेमाल करना है, और हम लोग बता पाएं कि हाँ इस तरह से आप करोगे तो आपको ये एंड रिजल्ट्स मिल जाएंगे। तो आप हिंदी में, इंग्लिश में, कैसे भी आप जवाब पूछेंगे उसी तरह से आपको जवाब मिलेगा। तो बी फील फ्री टू आस्क योर क्वेश्चंस however you want to, whatever language you want to. Okay. I'll try to move to my screen here so that we can actually start looking at the analytical tool. Okay. अभी strike analytical tool में
Rohit, if you can go on a light mode, please, that will be better.
yeah, sure. कई लोग मुझे बोलते हैं चार्ट्स आप व्हाइट पे दिखाएं, क्योंकि वीडियोस में ज्यादा आसानी से दिखता है, समझ में आता है। एक बटन के दबाव से ये काम इधर हो जाता है स्ट्राइक में। यू कैन सिंपली स्विच टू द मोड दैट यू वांट एंड द कलर्स दैट यू लाइक। Of course, like darks, because you can see more colors standing out, but in video, whites are easier to read. So anyway, here we are looking at white, and I think the tools that are important to me, one which comes with all elite wave analysis sentiment. ये sentiment के जो data points हैं डे टू डे तो सब लोग देखते हैं, बट हिस्टोरिकल चार्टिकली बहुत ही कम लोग देखते हैं, और इसको हमने किसी हद तक ऑटोमेट कर दिया। तो जैसे NSE का डेटा फीड बाजार में शाम को आ जाता है, वैसे ही हम लोग इस चीज को अपडेट कर देते हैं। सो इसी तरीके से आपको डेली, मतलब FI लॉन्ग है, शॉर्ट है, परसेंटेज बेसिस पे, एक्चुअल नंबर ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स पे, DI क्लाइंट प्रो, सबके पोजिशनिंग आपको लेफ्ट में दिख जाती है। तो सेंटिमेंट में जरूर, वाई सेंटिमेंट इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि कोई भी हद में बाजार अगर एक ही डायरेक्शन में चलता जा रहा है, लोग लॉन्ग पोजीशन बिल्ड करते जा रहे हैं, करते जा रहे हैं, तो हिस्टोरिकली आपको पता चलता है कि सबसे ज्यादा लॉन्ग या शॉर्ट कहाँ पे बना था। और इस चीज को हम भी मार्क करके दे रहे हैं आपको रेड लाइन से, कि बेस्ड ऑन हिस्टोरिकल कहाँ पे प्रीवियस पीक्स या टॉप्स या बॉटम्स बने हैं। तो जहाँ पे भी डेटा पॉइंट उधर तक पहुंच जाता है, तो यू कैन एक्चुअली आइडेंटिफाई कि ये है। और अगर ये रेंजेस चेंज हो जाएंगे, हम लोग इन लाइंस को भी चेंज कर देंगे। सो दैट इज इन आवर हैंड। up to 4 to 6 lines we can actually draw on a screen showing you various levels, and we have done that here. So recent past, जैसे आप देखोगे 2016 के पहले 2 लाख 3 लाख लॉन्ग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स भी FI के बन जाते थे इधर। Okay, so this was where I used to draw my red line. But after 2019 we have seen it drop, and usually when you hit close to 1 lakh contracts or little more than that, बाजार वहां पे कहीं ना कहीं थमने लग जाता है। तो 2019 में भी that happened over here. 2019 these stocks around the election of 2019, the last general election, we saw a peak in positioning on the long side. Market topped out there and corrected. When it corrected again, there was a short position, and then it bottomed out. And so this has been going on and on. Now through this entire bull market, you saw the same thing. But of course, in a bull market, you saw multiple attempts at hitting 1 lakh. Then there was a correction and so on. मोस्ट रिसेंट टॉप, इफ एनीबडी लुक्ड एट, जो अभी हुआ 19,900 का, वहां पे भी सेम पोजीशन था। FIs के पोजीशन 1 लाख कॉन्ट्रैक्ट तक आके घटे, फिर अभी फिर से बढ़ रहे हैं। तो इस चीज को क्विकली हर दिन शाम को देख लेना एक ही जगह पे अक्रॉस डिफरेंट सेगमेंट्स इज व्हाट वी हैव मेड इट वेरी वेरी इजी। बट सेंटिमेंट कैन बी मल्टीट्यूडल। सेंटिमेंट सिर्फ आप FI डेटा के हिसाब से नहीं देख सकते हो, स्विंग के हिसाब से देख सकते हो। स्विंग इज सिंपली अ टेस्ट ऑफ हाउ मेनी स्टॉक्स आर शोइंग राइजिंग और फॉलिंग मोमेंटम. Okay, so if and as a percentage, सो ये बहुत ही प्रोप्राइटरी टूल हो जाता है, क्योंकि आरएमआई भी हमारा इंडिकेटर, और उसी पे हम लोग एक डिफ्यूजन रन कर रहे हैं कि कितने स्टॉक्स में आरएमआई बढ़ रहा है कि घट रहा है एज अ परसेंटेज। ये इंडिकेटर हमें शॉर्ट टर्म में बहुत ही इस्तेमाल करने में फायदेमंद हुआ, कि बहुत ही शॉर्ट टर्म जो 4-5 दिन के हाईज या लोज हैं कभी कभी बन जाते हैं और वहां से रिबाउंड आ जाता है, वो पकड़ने में हमारे इस्तेमाल आता है। जैसे आप देखेंगे ये नीचे के रेड लाइन पे जैसे पहुंचा तो ये बॉटम बन गया, ये नीचे के रेड लाइन तक यहाँ पे पहुंचा तो ये बॉटम बन गया। इस तरह से जहां पे भी ओवरबॉट या ओवरसोल्ड एक्सट्रीम्स आ जाती हैं इस डेटा में, या फिर डाइवर्जेंसेस जो सब जानते हैं देखने को आरएसआई में, वही चीज इसमें भी आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ जैसे बहुत ही रिसेंट डेटा पॉइंट था, बाजार घट रहा था, घटते घटते 1900-200 के आसपास आने की कोशिश कर रहा था, और वहां पे स्विंग एज अ पॉजिटिव डाइवर्जेंस, मतलब कि नंबर ऑफ स्टॉक्स जिसमें आरएमआई मतलब रोहित मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर घट रहा था वो कम हो गए, और वहां से फिर बाजार घूम गया। So these kind of things which you'll not have really seen or thought of are being built in here and keep getting added. If we come up with a new idea tomorrow of measuring market in some way, we will add it over here. But they should be unique, they should be special, and they should be working, which where we have actually historically seen. और मैंने खुद इस्तेमाल किया हो तो ही वो आपको वो चीज इधर दिखेगी। एंड सिमिलरली मार्केट ब्रेथ, जैसे मैंने बोला कि ये ब्रेथ डेटा तो कोई रखता नहीं है, मैंने तो नहीं देखा आज तक। एंड आई हैव प्लॉटेड इट ऑन टू बेसिस विच इज 20 day एंड 40 day। 40 days मोर मीडियम टर्म, 20 days मोर शॉर्टर टर्म। सो 20 day में बेसिकली जो कुछ महीनों के साइकिल हैं, कुछ हफ्तों के साइकिल हैं वो पकड़ में आ जाते हैं, और 40 day देखते हैं तो 6 month 1 year के साइकिल्स वो पकड़ में आते हैं, क्योंकि उसमें इट टेक्स टाइम फॉर द 40 day एवरेज टू गो ऑल द वे अप, देन कम ऑल द वे डाउन, and then go all the way up again, and so on and so forth. So you study it. When you study the history of this data, it becomes easy to use. You come to know कि where are the ranges, trending market में क्या range है, और up down market में क्या range है, और किस तरह ये काम करता है, and it can be used very very effectively at catching the highs and lows of the market. We have been doing it. When I make those observations, we publish it. But now everybody can look at this data every day and do it themselves. क्योंकि मैं कब publish करूंगा नहीं करूंगा, कभी भूल गया या मुझसे भी गलत एनालिसिस हो गया, आप खुद ही देख सकते हो कि कहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, और अपना अनुमान लगा सकते हो। There's also a summation index which few people are aware of. It's basically there in any text of technicals, which is advances minus declines added up on a daily basis. So when you sum it up on a daily basis, you end up getting a line which is either rising or falling. And I've often found that when you get major rebounds like the one from the 2020 lows, then this indicator starts moving higher. And moment it stops making higher highs, that is when it is a sign of a trend reversal or weakness in the market. So you saw this weakness from this data point, which is in April of or Jan of 2022. But the actual break would have been in April, when it fell, broke this previous low and started going even lower. And that continued all the way till March of 23. And from there, now you're seeing a slight improvement. Now we might just see the first higher, high, higher low kind of formation in this medium term breadth. So this shows that the breadth is still strong. So different type of things for different, like this is of more interest to medium term investors ki overall the breadth pattern is still positive. But even short term traders, positional traders who are looking, if the breadth starts deteriorating, you start thinking about should I build a short position and how should I strategize to build a short position. वो thought process कहाँ पे शुरू करना है वो आपको इससे पता चल जाता है कि breadth advance हो रहा है broadly की घट रहा है। तो ये हो गए सेंटिमेंट डेटा पॉइंट्स। चवन ने बोला कि थोड़ा ये बताएं कि स्टॉक ढूंढे कैसे, उसको ड्रिल डाउन कैसे करें, और उसके लिए हमारे पास कई टूल्स हैं। आई विल नॉट गो इनटू डिफ्यूजन बिकॉज दैट इज आल्सो सिमिलर डिफरेंट फॉर्म ऑफ सेंटिमेंट, okay, where we are measuring stocks above or below the averages. If somebody asks a question later, we can come back here. But let us get into scanning. Let us get into, how do we scan? And we scan on 2-3 bases. One is by looking at the heat map, actual performance of stocks. And second is by actually scanning it on indicators. So we have built these two tools, two different forms of scans that you can actually do and come up with, stocks that might actually make sense. Another way is even to look at ratio charts. Now, when you're looking at heat maps, you can try and look at it in many, many different ways. I've been trying to do this in the media every time that I've called. We cannot really give a recommendation, but what I end up doing is कि कौन सा सेक्टर चल रहा है। मैं सबसे पहले देखता हूँ, चलो जैसे कल परसों था कि 1 day बेसिस पे फार्मा सेक्टर चल रहा था। अभी इसमें कल के दिन में दिख रहा है कि पब्लिक सेक्टर एंटरप्राइजेस 2.6% ऊपर जा रही हैं, या रियल्टी सेक्टर 2.1% ऊपर जा रहा है, ओके, या सीपीएससी 1.8% ऊपर जा रहा है। तो ये 3 मेन सेक्टर्स हो गए, इनके कई स्टॉक्स हैं, ओके। अभी इन स्टॉक्स में या तो मैं इन स्टॉक्स को इंडिविजुअली ड्रिल डाउन करूं, ओके, या फिर मैं जाके ये देख सकता हूं कि यही चीज मुझे डाउ स्कैनिंग में दिख रही है क्या, इन्हीं सेक्टर्स के स्टॉक्स कौन से दिख रहे हैं। तो आई कैन एक्चुअली गो टू द रोहित टू द डाउ ट्रेंड स्कैनर and look for ideas where I might be getting reversals on a day chart. Now, what is a reversal? Reversal means it is turning from down to up, right? जो अप ट्रेंड में है वो तो ऑलरेडी अप ट्रेंड में है, या डाउन ट्रेंड में ऑलरेडी डाउन ट्रेंड में है। नया रिवर्सल कहाँ पे आ रहा है फ्रॉम डाउन टू अप, वो मुझे अगर देखना है तो आई कैन सिंपली यूज द फिल्ट्रेशन, रिमूव दिस, लुक फॉर स्टॉक्स दैट आर गोइंग फ्रॉम डाउन टू अप। इससे ये काफी शॉर्ट शॉर्ट हो गया लिस्ट, okay, so now I have only less than a dozen stocks over here. I can further think that I'm only interested in those stocks जहां पे वीकली पे डाउन नहीं है, ओके, डाउन है तो प्रॉब्लम है, तो डाउन हटा दो, ओके, तो बचे सिर्फ अप या डाउन टू अप वाले। तो यू आर नाउ डाउन टू 5 स्टॉक्स। अभी 5 स्टॉक्स कौन से सेक्टर्स है, इसमें ना तो रियलिटी है ना कुछ, तो यू आर नॉट गेटिंग इमीडिएट रिवर्सल। सी, रियलिटी या पीएसयू स्टॉक्स आज आउट परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, बट दिस इज नॉट वेयर द ट्रेंड रिवर्सल्स आर हैपनिंग। द ट्रेंड रिवर्सल सीम्स टू बी हैपनिंग इन a mix of stock. I don't see any particular sector over here. But 2 days ago, when I was doing that, there were actually 3 stocks in the pharma sector, when I was live. So it can vary every day. You get a different, and the pharma was the major gainer also on that day. So that way you are able to sense that this is the sector and these are the 3 stocks which are actually gaining, where you can actually focus attention. Now, by actually coming down to 5 stocks, you have significantly narrowed down your search in terms of where to trade. The only thing left to do for you is कि ये 5 स्टॉक्स का ट्रेड सेटअप क्या है, और इनका ट्रेड सेटअप अगर आपको देखना है, वी कैन एक्चुअली open each of these stocks as of now. So if I want to open an Adani, I go to the top end, I say okay, Adani Enterprises है, नहीं Adani Port है, so I can go to Adani Port, which is down here, okay. And in ports, I can choose what I want to look at. Do I want to look at its volume, technical, seasonality? Right now, I might just want to see the chart. So I just click on chart. Okay. And moment I click on chart, you'll get the Adani chart opening up. You can use the blank chart with your own indicators, or you can choose what I call as the Rohit setup, which is a combination of the RMI, our proprietary indicator, Bollinger Bands, and 2 moving averages to sort of look at what is happening in the trend. Now, if I see that Adani Ports is giving me a Dow trend reversal, what do I want to check over here? I want to check, is the RMI giving a buy signal? Are prices, or have prices pulled back to the bottom end of the range? So that means I'm buying where the risk reward ratio is favorable. These are the kind of things that I would look for. Each one might have different things to search. You might want to open a chart and look at patterns. You might want to draw trend lines, whatever you want to do. At least you have narrowed down your search very, very quickly to a few stocks. Okay, you can even further add these stocks to your own market watch and then run an RMI scan on it. I mean, that could be a different way. But if I open each of these, since it's only a small list, I can open each 5 of them and see what they're doing on the RMI. Are they fresh signals there as well? Because it's not necessary that every Dow trend reversal is a fresh signal. कभी-कभी ongoing uptrend में भी reversal आता है, जैसे कि इसी चार्ट पे आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ in this uptrend, यहाँ पे Adani Ports did give a red reversal and then following बार में फिर से green हो गया. So the uptrend again resumed and it continued. So this is a continuation. जहाँ पे यहाँ you got a very deep correction and then this looks more like a fresh uptrend that is starting. So the situation, you have to check what it is, and which is why I opened the chart, because on the chart, based on the setup, I can actually see whether it's pulling back to the lower end or not. Like this correction only came to the 20-day average, again went up, whereas this one has come to the lower end of the range. And the lower end of the range I'm measuring on the basis here, on the basis of the 40-day or the lower Bollinger Band. I can also use a trend line or a trend channel to say that, okay, this is the lower end of the range. So if you have come back to the lower end, lower trend line, then you sort of come to the lower end of the range. अभी इस केस में आपको लगेगा नहीं, भाव तो यहाँ से ऊपर बढ़ गया है. Not necessary, it's gone far enough. But कुछ examples ऐसे आपको मिलेंगे जिसमें कि prices may not have gone that far. Even in heat maps, see, sometimes if you say, okay, public sector stocks are doing well, this is up 12, this is up 10, this is up something, and then I want to search ki kaun sa stock कौन सा स्टॉक है जिसमें सेटअप सही है, जिसमें कुछ हो रहा है, मैं कुछ काम कर सकता हूँ. So I simply can click on Veil. It opens up here. I click on NMDC. It opens up here. And I look at each of these charts. Now, if I look at Veil, what I will find is that Veil has actually gone up quite far. I move it to my setup. Prices are closer to the upper band than the lower band. Okay. In fact, far away from the 20 DMA. If anybody understands a little bit of Elliott wave, he can see 1, 2, 3, 4. मतलब fifth wave में भी आ गया है. So that doesn't really make sense to me if I start looking at something like this, that, should I take a trade over here? Because it's already moved up a lot. It's in the fifth wave. It may stop and consolidate at some point of time. I don't know today or tomorrow, but this is not where it's favorable. And then I move to an NMDC, and then I say, okay, is this making sense? Now, at some times, it's not necessary all the cases are where stocks have moved up a lot. At some times, you will find some stocks or sectors in the heat map showing that the moves are just starting. Let's take reality, for example. Let's see if we can actually figure out something where we have a move just building. So here also we have a case where it's already moved quite a bit. You want to look for early signals. So this is how it helps. Like when you see this, you can actually see prices are not near the lower band, not at this. So fine, this doesn't fit in. I quickly discard. I say discard 1, discard 2, discard 3. My job is over. I don't need to really keep on looking for the next thing. So I can search. I can keep searching till I find something that that is workable. But it does happen because when a move starts in the index, now it's already 4 days into a rally. On that day, moment the RMI of the Nifty gives a buy signal or it gives a green bar, I try and run scans and search for stocks that are just turning around. और उस टाइम पे आपको फिर मिल जाते हैं अर्ली स्टेजेस पे. जैसे कोल इंडिया में डाउ ट्रेंड रिवर्सल पहले ही आ गया होगा. It wouldn't have happened just now. It would have happened long ago. And at that time, I would have really liked to, look at that, whether the particular stock shows us, so if I actually, let's do this. Okay. Reason I'm opening Coal India is just to see where the downtrend reversal happened. So when it happens here, can we really spot it at that point of time? And the answer is actually yes. If you open this scan and you ran it on that day, you would have seen a down to up. So Dow is basically the first, and Dow and Elliott are actually very, very close to each other. The only thing, it's easier to automate a Dow trend. It's slightly harder on Elliott because it comes with rules and guidelines that are a little more complex. But both follow the same thing, like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 means simply that you're making a higher high and a higher low. And that basic context comes into place when you're doing the scan. Then eventually you can open the chart and see, okay, does it fit my overall pattern in terms of risk reward, or is it an extension, or is it a late signal? And once you can just remove the stocks which are giving you late signals, you can come up with a stock that is very, very early in its move and take that action. So even when auto started, we were able to do that. Say, almost 10 days ago, you could see the auto index reversing first on the Dow trend and then on the others. So how could we see it on the Dow trend? You can actually run this basket on indices also. So you can uncheck all. I can choose that, okay, I want to run it only on indices. Okay, and I want to see which items are actually giving me a signal on indices. Okay, because of Coal India, it's not coming. Yeah. So here's the entire list. And then within this, I would look for where the reversals are. Now, because the markets rallied for a day, you'll find all indices in up mode on the daily. But on weekly, we have 3 signals. So we can actually, drill that out. So 3 signals, 4 signals from down to up, which is the Nifty Energy Index. Okay, note that this is happening only after it has moved. And this is on a weekly chart. So actually, the need is, and if you click on weekly, automatically the weekly chart opens up on the right. So you don't really have to go here and change the time frame. Simply by clicking on this, you can get there. So on a weekly chart, see, even though on a daily chart, it looks like, oh, the rally's gone on for a couple of days. Okay. But actually not, it's just gone on. I think this is FMCG, I'm sorry. So on the energy, it looks like it has gone on for a couple of days. Okay, but when I'll go to the weekly chart, it will just be the first week it's turning from red to green. But in this case, it's an extension, right? The real bottoming was here. Ideally, you would want to have spotted this red-green setup over here. Does that mean there's no trade on an extension? In an Elliott wave sense, there is, because the larger target for this index may be much higher. This could be 1, 2, 3, and 3 could go all the way to 32,000, in which case this green move on the weekly is simply an indication of a trend continuation. Now, if you get a down to up on the weekly, what would you want? On the daily, you would want to actually get a pullback. Maybe you'd want a pullback, or you'd want this to turn down. So you can start watching out for that. The FMCG sector also was interesting. It's had a very small move so far. And on the weekly chart, it is just giving you a reversal, right? So this is in very, very early stages. It hasn't gone very far. And in that sense, the risk reward would be very, very favorable when you look at the FMCG index. So if we've decided that you want to look at the FMCG index, I could very well go into heat maps and open up the list of stocks showing up in the FMCG index. And within that, then look at individual charts. So of course, it's a combination. Like I said, it's a I can combine using heat maps along with scanners to come up with a smaller list of stocks. But the scanners themselves, as I've shown you, can actually bring you down to either 3-4 sectors or 3-4 stocks that you need to further analyze on the individual charts. And that way you significantly reduce your workaround process. Now, there's also something known as the Rohit scanner. And the reason we call it the Rohit scanner is it's actually scanning RMI signals. Okay. Is the Rohit momentum indicator, which is our proprietary indicator. It's similar to any, I mean, if you have used MACD, बिल्कुल ही सिमिलर है MACD और आपने अगर रेट ऑफ चेंज यूज किया हो, कोई भी ऐसा इंडिकेटर यूज किया हो जो कि 0 और 100 के बीच में नहीं है, जैसे कि RSI, स्टोकेस्टिक्स एंड ऑल, दीज आर ऑल फ्रॉम 0 to 100. RMI जो है, रोहित मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर, इसका कोई रेंज नहीं है, ये कहीं पे भी जा सकता है बेस्ड ऑन ट्रेंड. अगर ट्रेंड ऊपर का बहुत ही जोरों से चल रहा है तो RMI बहुत ही ऊपर तक जाके वापस आ सकता है. तो मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर की तरह काम करता है. इसका बट एडवांटेज क्या है कि MACD से फास्टर है और सिग्नल्स थोड़ा तेजी से देता है, और उस हिसाब से हम लोग को फिर जल्दी पता चल जाता है कि कहाँ पे रिवर्सल आ सकता है. और ये मल्टीपल टाइम फ्रेम्स पे भी इस्तेमाल हो जाता है, चाहे वो आर्ली हो, डेली, वीकली, मंथली, जो टाइम फ्रेम पे लेना है. और हम लोग बिलीव करते हैं कि मल्टी टाइम फ्रेम एनालिसिस मतलब 2 या ज्यादा टाइम फ्रेम को कंबाइन करके ही ट्रेडिंग किया जाए. ये इसलिए क्योंकि जो ब्रॉडर ट्रेंड है उसी के डायरेक्शन में जब हम ट्रेड करते हैं, अगर लार्जर ट्रेंड ऊपर का है तो हमें तेजी का ही ट्रेड लेना चाहिए. वीकली ट्रेंड अगर तेजी का है तो डेली चार्ट पे हमें तेजी के ट्रेड्स लेना चाहिए, जो कि बाय एग्जिट उस तरह के हों. तो इस चीज को करने में इसका इस्तेमाल आता है कि कहाँ पे बाय सिग्नल्स आ रहे हैं, सेल सिग्नल्स आ रहे हैं, और वो ट्रेड सेटअप के साथ कि चलो सिग्नल तो आ रहा है बट भाव किधर है, मूविंग एवरेज के ऊपर है, नीचे है, ओके, उसने क्या हायर लो बनाया, नहीं बनाया, बॉलिंगर बैंड के नीचे के रेंज पे है, टॉप रेंज पे है. तो इसलिए ये चार्ट दिया हुआ है जिसपे ये सब डाला हुआ है ना. एडिशनली आप ट्रेंड लाइंस भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं जिससे कि आपको पता चले कि कहीं ब्रेकआउट हो रहा है, जैसे कि दिस इज अ ब्रेकआउट हियर हैपनिंग फ्रॉम अ डाउनवर्ड ट्रेंड. तो जहां पे भी इस तरह की चीज हो तो इट गिव्स यू अ फर्दर confirmation of that pattern. So you are able to drill not just looking at the chart, but again here depending on what time frame, जैसे कि hourly cycles जो हैं वो 3-4 दिन तक चलती हैं. Okay, so if you are a trader who wants to only trade for 4 to 5 days, 3-4 दिन के अंदर आपको बाय सेल करना है, तो आप आर्ली आ रहे हैं सिग्नल्स को ध्यान देंगे. अगर आपका टाइम फ्रेम थोड़ा पोजिशनल है, कुछ हफ्तों तक रख सकते हो, तो आप डेली टाइम फ्रेम पे जाएंगे, कुछ महीनों के लिए वीकली पे जाएंगे, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. तो यूजुअली एज यू आर सीइंग, वीकली चार्ट पे मैं महीनों की बात कर रहा हूँ, मंथली चार्ट पे क्वार्टरली की बात करूंगा, क्योंकि चार्ट तो मंथली है बट मंथली साइकिल मतलब RMI में बाय आना और फिर वापस सेल आना और उसका पूरा 0 तक वापस आ जाना, वो जो एक पूरा साइकिल है उसमें समय लगता है. इट डजंट हैपन इन वन डे. ओके, सो यू गेट अ बाय सिग्नल, ऊपर जाता है, सेल सिग्नल, फिर नीचे आता है, और 0 आने के बाद ही फिर नया साइकिल शुरू होता है. तो दिस प्रोसेस टेक्स क्वाइट सम टाइम, एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी कॉल एज अ मोमेंटम साइकिल. तो तेजी के मार्केट में हमें तेजी के मोमेंटम साइकिल्स पकड़ने हैं, मंदी के मार्केट में मंदी के साइकिल्स पकड़ने हैं, बट एक ही डायरेक्शन में रहना है, क्योंकि जो ब्रॉडर डायरेक्शन है उसी में पैसा बनता है. काउंटर ट्रेंड ट्रेड्स में कई बार पैसा लग जाता है. सो आइडेंटिफाइंग द हायर टाइम फ्रेम इज व्हाई वी यूज कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइम फ्रेम्स. या तो वीकली और डेली को कंबाइन कर लें, या डेली और आर्ली को कंबाइन कर लें. तो अगर मुझे आर्ली पे ही देखना है कि नए नए कौन से बाय या सेल सिग्नल्स आए हैं, अगर तेजी का बाजार है तो मुझे नए बाय सिग्नल्स ढूंढने हैं, तो मुझे दो ही मिले इधर. एक तो ब्रिटानिया, जो भी यहाँ राइट में दिख रहा है. अब ब्रिटानिया को मैं देखूंगा, लगेगा कि इतना नीचे आया भाव, और यहाँ से देखो RMI का सिग्नल आया और ये अभी यहाँ तक आया है. ओके, बट ये डेली चार्ट है, अगर मैं वीकली पे डालता हूँ तो यू एक्चुअली गेट अ डिफरेंट पिक्चर कि वीकली में भी ये लोअर बैंड पे आया है, बट द न्यू बाय सिग्नल इज कमिंग ऑन आवरली. तो इफ आई फील कि yes, डेली चार्ट पे इट इज एट द बॉटम एंड ऑफ द रेंज, आर्ली पे वीकली इट इज ऑल्सो एट द बॉटम एंड ऑफ द रेंज, देन आई वांट टू ट्रेड दी आवरली सिग्नल्स कि जब जब नया बाय सिग्नल आता है आर्ली चार्ट पे, उसको मुझे ध्यान देना है और उस पर मुझे ट्रेड लेना है. So that sort of becomes the approach for this entire product. So here also again, if I go to IDFC Bank hourly chart, okay, I'm looking for the same thing. So this is to me the process really of going through and looking at each of these things. There are many other tools. I think I'll stop here rather than continuing to rant. I don't know if we should take questions, Chavan, or I should hand it over to Jay first to continue from here.
Yeah. Okay, Rohit. So next up is Shivam. If you can explain how to use the overall tool, okay, including ratio charts and seasonality scanner, that would be great. See, presently the data is delayed by 5 minutes. Okay, we'll be stepping into live markets, live data, probably in the next 1 month. Okay, yeah. Shivam, if you can please.
Sure. Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So from the navigation point of view, if you see, we have divided the platform into 3 different categories, that is discover, analyze, and learn. So that depends basic levels that we have defined into, and one can go into each one of those based on what they want to do. So basically in discover, there are scanners that Rohit sir has already discussed. I'll go into scanners as well to discuss a couple of scanners. And then there is a bulletin board in which you can get all the news and announcements, corporate actions, deals, and insider trades. There is a calendar where you can see all the companies that are coming up with their results or any corporate actions, and even the strike updates will also be visible on the calendar. And there is a section dedicated for IPO, wherein the users can see what are the upcoming IPOs, what are the ongoing IPOs, and what are the IPO performance. So we'll not be going into each and all of them because we'll be keeping it short today, and we'll show you selected tools. But all of this I'm covering daily in our live stream that I'm doing daily in live market hours on Strike platform to show all the tools one by one. Now, first, as Chavan has requested me to show how to use the ratio charts, let's see the ratio charts. So in Analyze, you can see there is a tab called Ratio Charts. Now, some of you may already be using ratio charts. So for those who are not aware, ratio charts is when you divide one symbol with the other to view which one is strong in a relative sense. So for example, if we do a Nifty bank Nifty versus Nifty, so what you'll get is at the top you'll get the chart of the numerator, that is Bank Nifty, and at the bottom as an indicator you'll get the ratio of Bank Nifty versus Nifty. So one can, if the ratio is rising, you can see that the Bank Nifty index is outperforming the Nifty. However, when the ratio is declining, it means that the index is underperforming the Nifty. So now the flexibility that we've given here is that it's not just limited to indices, while you can do it with any stock versus any other index, or a stock versus any other stock. So you can see some of the pairs I've built here. So you can build your own pairs by going here. Let's say you want to view Nifty Reality versus the Nifty 50.
Shivam, just hold on, no? 1 second. Is the screen visible, guys?
Yeah, it is visible, Chavan.
Or
We
if
want
if
to
the
increase.
participants can please message, and in the chat bot if you can confirm. Yes. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was showing how to add a new pair. Here in the ratio chart section, you can hit on, for example, I'm doing Nifty Reality versus Nifty, and I'll click add to pair. So that pair gets added to my watch list, and now I can see whether Nifty Reality is outperforming the Nifty or not. And you can see that since this ratio is rising constantly, it is hinting at that this index is outperforming. Now, some people like to use trend lines even on the ratio chart. So if I just increase the size, you can clearly see here the breakout in the reality index that happened here was accompanied by the breakout in the ratio as well, which means this sector is going up and also relatively outperforming the headline index. So that is how that is how ratio charts are used. Many people use it in a support resistance way as well. For example, if you try to draw horizontal lines on the ratio itself like this, one can spot breakouts or breakdowns in the ratio, and even key levels wherein they can expect a probable reversal. So it's it's pretty much in your hand how you want to interpret it and how you use it. But the good thing is that now you get it very easily accessible along with multiple time frames. Now, not just daily, you can view the ratio on monthly or weekly, or very short term traders can also use hourly. So hourly ratio chart would be a bit erratic, but still it would give you an insight on what the index is doing relatively on a shorter time frame. So that's it on ratio charts. So if you have any questions, you can send. We can keep taking questions in between as well. And with that, I will jump to the seasonality scanner.
Uh, Before
Yeah.
that, Shivam, if you can show how to create a watch list and then scan it on
Sure.
the scanners, that will be better.
Sure. So this is the dashboard page, the home page. You can see just at the right of the market overview, there is something known as watch list. So you can see I have created already 3 watch lists. So let me create another one. So I just created a watch list named webinar list. So let me add some random stocks into this. I'm selecting few indices and few stocks, and there it is. Now my watch list is ready. Now what I can do is when I go into any scanner, 1 second. When I go into any scanner, let's say the Rohit scanner or the Dow Trend scanner, now in the basket, I get to select whether I want to see it on indices or any other basket or my own watch list. So let's say I hit webinar list that we just created. Now on my watch list, I got all the signals based on the Dow Trend. So this is very handy for a person to have their own watch list and just run the scanners on their own list and see how, if there are any new signals coming in their own list. So just just from my example, let's say I've created a watch list of around 20-25 stocks that I'm interested into, and I'm checking it, let's say at 3 p.m. or so. And if I'm seeing any new sell or new buy signals, or down to up or up to down signals in my watch list, that's where it alerts me, yeah, something is changing here and I want to look further into that. So it saves a lot of time when you have a predefined list of the areas you're already interested in. Okay. So yeah, so that's how you can use the watch list feature to run the scan on a selected stocks. Now,
See, if you want to understand all the modules better, okay, you are able to see the play button over there. Okay, just click on that play button. Yes. So here we have explained each and every module, uh, in detail. You can go through it. In fact, every module is having this play button. If you can just go to RMI, you will find it in RMI. Okay. So we have explained in detail. So just go through this video. Okay. And yeah, of course. One more important thing is, Shivam, if you can show the help section, please.
sure. Here at the top, you can see help section is there.
Now, what I would request you is, whoever wants additional requirements, there is something here, info videos, everything we have explained. Go through the videos. Okay, in raise a ticket, just go to raise a tickets, please. Yeah, here you can just raise a ticket, whatever additional things you need. Just put up a request. We'll definitely take it up. We'll address it, and then we'll be responding it to you. You know, as and then we start resolving the tickets. So the third thing is system updates, where you will come to know what all updates, recent updates we have done on the system. So this is very important. So please go through the help section once and go through the video so that you will understand as to how to use that particular, uh, tool. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So yeah, since we're talking about the help section, I also want to highlight the webinars. So if you go into the learn section and click on webinars, you'll see all the daily streams or webinars that we are doing daily. So you can directly stream it from the Strike platform. You don't have to separately go into any other link. So if you click on the scheduled webinars, you'll directly be able to play it within Strike itself. So that also helps a lot to get it in one roof. So with that, going back to show you the new scanners that we have built. So first I would like to show seasonality scanner. So seasonality scanner is nothing but the backtest or the statistical performance of the last 5 or 10 years, whatever you select from here, and based on that you get the stats of how the segments have performed. So I was showing it in a live stream couple of days back, I think on the 5th of September, and I selected the baskets as only indices, that is all the sector indices, and I selected the test period as 10 years, and 30 days is the period, like for how many days you would like to test. For example, if I'm testing today on 9th of September and I select 30 days, it would check the performance from 9th of September to 9th of October for the last 10 years. So if I currently here I'm doing on 5th of September, then it's checking from 5th of September to 5th of October for the last 10 years. And I've hit bullish because I'm interested in seeing bullish patterns, right? So what I see here is the highest median return is being given by pharma and healthcare index in these particular days with a 8 and 7 out of 10 success rate. So this means that in 8 out of 10 years and the healthcare index 7 out of 10 years was up in these days for the last 10 years, and the median return was close to 4%. Maximum gain was this, and maximum loss in the red years was this. So I get a probable sector for the next few days wherein I can look for opportunities. And this is one way of drilling down to a sector if you're interested in seasonality. And next, what you can do is, now if these two indices are expected to perform in the next few days, you can use your further scanners for signals, and you can select the basket as pharma and healthcare, right? So I'm showing my example. What I did was in the basket, then I selected pharma and healthcare, and I observed if there were any new signals. So right now, what you're seeing is all up, up, up. But since I did this couple of days back, there were a lot of down to up signals as well, which means the stocks were giving these reversals. For example, this Sun Pharma on my screen, you can see this was down to up, and a couple of more stocks were giving signals. So this is one way to drill down based on seasonality to select a sector. Of course, you can run it directly on stocks, like not on the indices, and directly on stocks, and see which stocks are expected to be bullish in the next few days. So, but yeah, that comes with its own benefits and risks, because stock specific approach can be a bit risky for some, but and the top down approach, that is selecting the sector first, can be better for them. So that was just my approach. You can play around with it and get what you what would be better for you. So now, if you have any particular questions on the seasonality, we can take it first before we jump into technical scanners.
Okay, right click and export option. Yes, definitely it is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can do a Excel or a CSV export, and you'll get that file on your system, and I'll just open it in Excel and show you. Yeah. So I get the whole thing, whole result in Excel. I can then further do my analysis in Excel also if I want to.
Okay, Shivam, can you explain all the columns, please?
Okay. So first is the symbol, that is the name of the stock. Second, now once you have the actual returns of those 30 days over the period of time, when you annualize it, so that is something known as annualized return. But the more relevant terms for you would be the average and the median return. So both are statistical averages. So average return is basically the simple average of all the returns during the 10 years, and median is the slightly different way of arriving at the average, uh, which is considered even better than average because it can't be affected by extreme values. Then maximum gain is that what was the maximum gain in all those 10 years when it was bullish, and what was the maximum downside in that symbol or sector when it was down. Winners is how many number of years it was up during those selected number of years, that is 10. So the first stock here was up 9 out of 10 times. That explains the win percentage, that is 90%. And standard deviation is the risk, that is how much the return is varying during this period. So if it is varying a lot, then your Sharpe ratio, that is risk adjusted return, will be low. And if it's the standard deviation is not too high, then your risk adjusted return will be good, that is a higher Sharpe ratio. So yeah, that's what the columns mean.
Okay. So of course, if you don't like any of the scanners, you can do the manage scanners and you can take it off from your grid.
Right.
Yes. So this kind of functionality we have provided where you can just unclick so that it will not be shown in the grid for you not to view it.
Let's say I don't want price scanners on my view, so I just unclick it and save. You see, price scanners is gone, and now I am left only with the remaining ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah,
yes.
go on.
Yeah. If you can next take up technical scanners, please.
So technical scanners is a new module that we have pushed very shortly. You can, any of the indicators you use on your daily analysis, you can just find it here. And if you think something is missing, you can always raise a ticket. But within which you can see a lot of indicators have been given on a predefined basis. So let's say I look at MACD for signals and I select my basket, let's say FNO basket, and here I've select bullish crossovers or I can select bearish crossovers. So I selected bullish crossovers, and now you can see the stocks that have given MACD bullish crossovers in the last trading sessions, that was 8th of September. Now the good thing is that all of this is live. You don't get this on EOD, but on the live basis. So if an open market hours, this stock is crossing, the MACD of this stock is crossing, you'll be seeing this list getting updated every 5 minutes or so based on our update frequency, and you'll see live on the live basis what scan is giving what results. So you can see many names popping up on the MACD scan yesterday, Bata India, Reliance, and all. So depending on what indicator you are comfortable with using, you can just find it here and go ahead. with scanning. So some people like to use simple moving average, right? So I want to see which stocks closed above their 20-day average. So I go to the simple moving average scan. I've selected the time frame as daily, and then condition I've given is the price crossing above 20 moving average. So again, I got a list of stocks that were below their 20-day average, but now have crossed above that in last trading session. The same thing you can do with EMA and any period of the EMA. So let's say I want to view weekly stocks that crossed above weekly 40 exponential average, right? Sorry, I selected above. So now, right now selected stocks on weekly time frame, FNO basket crossing above the EMA 40. So I got a 10-12 stock list that were below their 40-week average, but in this week they have closed back above it. So based on which time frame indicator or which time frame moving average you want to use and which condition you want to use, you can add multiple scans of your liking and just view the signals on that. So you can see here many stocks are popping up on this criteria, and yeah, so that's how you can use it. Now each and every one indicator is different, so I'll not be going into all of them, but let me show you Bollinger Band. Sorry, let's show you the RSI one. So now even in RSI, you can give the RSI level crossing above or crossing below or above below any condition. So let's say I want to see the RSI of stocks crossing above 60, and let me just give a smaller basket. Yeah. So again, I got stocks whose RSI was below 60 and crossed above 60 in the current or the last trading session. Now, what you would like to see is if you're seeing a stock name again and again in couple of scans, that means it is giving confirmations on many different criteria. Now, based on what you use, or if you watch multiple indicators, that's something you want to look for if you get couple of similar signals.
Okay, some of you are asking for divergence scanners based on technical indicators. Yes, definitely, that is already done. We'll be going live in the next 2 weeks, where you'll be able to see divergence scanners based on all the technical indicators, RMI, and we'll try and do for sentiment indicators also.
Yeah. So you'll be getting predefined bullish or bearish divergences based on different indicators. So that would also be really helpful.
Yeah. Can you show ADX, please, once?
Sure. Someone keeps drawing on the screen. Now, even in the ADX, you get 4 different conditions that you can test onto. That is either the bullish cross, that is the positive DI crossing above the negative DI, or the vice versa of that. Or if you are interested in, watching the ADX level, if it's crossing above any significant number. So many people like to see these crossovers. So for example, you can see this blue line crossing over the orange line, that is the signal here. And people also like to watch the ADX level. So if ADX is crossing above 25, that is considered to be the stock going into trending mode. So you can select the level also based on the reference and check the condition on that.
And of course, we have the time frame also. It's not like it has to be checked only on daily. So throughout the system, what we have done is we have concentrated on hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. Kindly don't ask us for 30 minutes. It's not possible because it puts a lot of pressure on the server. So right now we're concentrating on hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly time frames.
Yeah.
So across the system, this can be done. And one more best feature about, okay, one of you asked, okay, how can I draw a trend line and save it? Okay, see the save functionality we have brought in. See, we are using TradingView charts. Okay, so whatever, it's a free library to us, and yes, save functionality is available where you can save your indicators and use it across this one whenever you wish to. We'll also bring multi-time frame analysis, multi-time frame charts in the next 1 month, definitely. So that is also on the agenda.
Yeah.
Shivam,
Yeah.
Gaurav wants to know, I mean, can you show him the exponential moving average? Okay, so he's saying that say 8 and okay. So Gaurav, that is not available as of now. So he was actually asking for 2 EMA crossovers.
Okay. So all that is expected to be added very soon. So this is the first cut of the scans now. Even the other indicators like MFI and all will get added here.
See, one more thing is I'm getting a lot of requests. Okay, my only request is, uh, okay, to all the users, if you can go to help section right, immediately, just go to help section again. Okay, so that it will not get lost. All the suggestions will take care. We'll see how it can be done. Just raise a ticket over here. Okay, and definitely just show them one ticket, please. That will
Yeah.
be helpful.
So let's say you want a new scanner, and I'll choose the topic as scanner, new feature request, whatever you would want to request. Let's say EMA cross. And you can just, if any screenshot is required, you can upload and create a ticket. So that ticket gets opened and we will receive this ticket on the backend, and you can view it on the ticket section itself, and you'll also be seeing our replies and responses on this screen. So it will be you can say proper response from our side, and you can even respond on that ticket.
Yeah, it will be great if all the users can go here and then start raising your tickets. We'll see one by one and we'll definitely try to address it in the next 1 month. Options and futures module, futures will go live immediately next week. Options is something, it's an ongoing basis. We need some time to develop it. It's already developed, but need some time to test it and then go live. So even fundamental scanners, fundamental analysis, sector analysis, everything you can expect in the next 30 days, 30 to 35 days, everything will be going live. And after that, yes, of course, notifications, alerts, all that is already planned. So basically what we are planning is a proper Bloomberg kind of a analytical tool for all the people who can use. With regards to the subscription, it will never be a free tool, okay, because we pay for the data, we pay for developers, our salaries, everything is involved. So it can't be for free, nothing comes for free. So the charges will be very minimal. It will be around 500 rupees a month. Okay, so in fact, if you see across India, whichever tool is available, nobody is giving at this price. So we'll keep it as low as possible, but definitely don't expect it for free, because there are a lot of cost involved in this. Right from developers to data, we buy the data from NSE and we pay lakhs together rupees for the data. So yeah,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, just you can continue.
So before jumping into any other scan, I think we missed showing you the multiple kinds of heat map that we have. So even in even in heat map, apart from price performance, you can see any other thing that you would like to see. For example, you are interested in seeing the RSI of all the stocks in this particular index based on a, like say, one screen. So you get to know if a stock is getting overbought, and there are others who are just starting. So this is a very helpful screen in terms of what indicator you want to view at one screen. And then there are different ways you can judge the relative strength apart from price performance. That is, you want to see the distance away from the 52-week high, or the distance away from the 52-week low, or the distance away from 200 SMA. So a very dark green shade, you can see that it is way above its 200-day average. So for this particular stock, it is already 87% above its 200 DM. So it is a very strong signal, but it also helps you to find stocks which are weak, that are either below their 200 DMA or maybe slightly above, which may be a signal that they are just starting out their new cycle. So This is something really helpful for people who like to use any of this 200 or 100 or 50 SMA. You can surely add others as well based on requests we receive from the user. So you can use the screen and let us know if it helps you.
Yeah.
So now you can see we have candlestick scanners as well. So let me select a basket first. So we have predefined, divided the candlesticks into 4 categories. That is bearish reversal or bearish continuation, bullish continuation, and bullish reversal. Now within candlesticks, what you'll get to see is same. You can select your basket, change your time frame from hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and you get to see which pattern is forming, and even that pattern is highlighted on the chart for you to view it easily. So currently you can see there is a bearish doji star on this particular stock, and that is being highlighted by the system itself. So these are just patterns. If somebody is keen into using candlestick patterns, and then you can easily get all sorts of patterns already divided into categories, which category you're interested into, and then even you get to see all different kinds of patterns. So let's say we go into bullish reversal, and here we can see patterns like inverted hammer or a bullish marubozu, and in bullish continuation you get to see patterns like bullish belt hold, advancing 3 soldiers, and all. So all people interested into candlestick scanners can surely refer to this. I think it will immensely add value to your trading. So yeah, Chavan, that's it on the technical
Okay.
and candlestick scanners.
Okay. If you can show us trading view say functionality, that will be great.
Sure. So on the home page itself, one second. So I've expanded the market overview section from here. You can see you can expand any section you want to use, be it options, future activity, or any other. So right now, since I'm focusing on the chart, I've expanded this. So let's say similar to trading view, you can have your indicator templates as well as your stock layouts. So let's say I want to create a template with the RSI. So my templates get saved, and I can use this template throughout the platform on any other chart to apply RSI and any other sets of indicators that I have. And I can also save my drawings. Let's say, let me draw a channel or something. So let's say this is my drawing I want to save. And that's it. So now, no matter from where I access this stock, I can get to see my drawings and my work that I've done. It will get saved for you. Let's go to, yeah. So I opened that same stock from the chart section. You can see your drawing and indicator is already there. So your work gets synced in. So you don't have to worry about that. And you can also create multiple indicator templates as well.
The best part is you don't need to, right now, after using Strike, you don't need trading view at all. You can use this here itself without paying anything extra. So that is the best part. You don't need to have a premium account of trading view anymore.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll bring in multi time frame charts also, where you can sync in if you want 5 minutes or 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes on a single time frame. That is multi charts. That also we are developing it. It takes time. It takes time, because we are not only concentrating on options and futures, but also concentrating on fundamentals, sector analysis, to make sure UI UX everything is top notch. So that is where it is taking time. Yes, all the custom indicate. No, you can't add custom indicators on TradingView, but all the indicators which are there in TradingView, you can use it. You can't create your own custom indicators here. That will not be allowed, because we don't have that permissions to do it. And yeah, of course, please do raise a ticket. Don't forget it. If you can show his FIDI screen, Shivam.
Yeah, sure. So coming to the FIDI data, so currently what you see on my screen is cash market for FIIs. Even if I want to view it together, you can add the DI indicator as well. Now both the indicators are added on the chart, and now you have the choice of viewing on daily, monthly, or yearly basis with some of the data for you. So like right now, daily is selected. You can view that since this medium term top was formed, you can see FIs mostly have been sellers in the cash market, and DIs have been mostly buyers in the cash market. So there's not a change seen there yet. And if you want to see the derivatives data, you can just click on derivatives from here. Here you get to see the day on day changes based on the kind of participant you're seeing. So let's say I want to see FIs. Now, in the days change column, what I can see is they bought 4,594 contracts of futures, index futures. They sold 56,000 or say 57,000 contracts of index calls, and they sold 99,000 contracts of index puts. So all of which is net bullish, since they sold more puts than calls, and they also bought futures. So this is something if you want to see the day over day change. And net position is the net outstanding OI you want to view. So both of this you can visualize on the bar graph here. So let's say I'm interested in seeing the days change. So I can see on which day they did high buying. So you can see on 31st of August, that was an expiry day. They didn't roll over their shorts. That's why we got this a big figure. And yesterday, that is day before yesterday, that is 7th of September, you got a day's change of 17,482 contracts. So on that day, they added a lot of bullish positions into their futures. If you want to see the net position, that is the net OI, then also you can see it was net negative, and slowly it's getting positive, and they're adding it to it. So this is a smaller view of what you want to view about the FI positioning. But if you want sentiment kind of view, that is a longer term picture, then the same data of FI futures uh, long or short position is visible in the sentiment indicators that I think Rohit sir has shown in the beginning itself. So the same data is plotted here with a lot more history along with the chart of Nifty, so you can visualize it better. And even the other things like the long percentage based long positioning based on the percentage is also there. So not just the number of contracts, but based on the long percentage, that is how many FIs are long versus short, and also the net index positions, which takes into account the options as well. So that data can be a bit erratic, but you can see broadly it moves in one direction, gets oversold or overbought, and then reverses from there on. So that is something, all of which it is available in the sentiment indicator section.
Okay, fine. See, in terms of MCX, right now we have not covered. Okay, we are only taken NSE. Okay, we don't even have BSE data right now. But as and then we start growing, as and then we start adding more and more functionalities, all the data will be available right from BSE to MCX to currencies also. And then our plan is in the next 1.5 years, even bring in US markets also. So that is a long-term goal for us. But right now, yes, of course, currency also will be trying and covering it in the Strike platform. Our motto is to make sure that we cover every aspects of the market, right from India to global. In terms of scanners, everyone is asking for combo scanners. Definitely combo scanners, or you can create your own scanners. That is already in the agenda. We'll be doing it. We need some time, of course, because developers are very limited and they're working round the clock. See, the webinars, Vinay, there is help section at the top, okay, and also a video button over here. You can click it and you can understand as to how to use the particular tool. In fact, Shivam, if you can show the icon, please.
Which one?
The help icon, the YouTube icon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
So
is
if
the
you
icon.
click over here, the video will appear. Just go through the videos, understand it better. We have explained in detail every part of the tool. In fact, there is already how to use also. Just close this, Shivam, please, and go to the last section, left hand side, bottom. Yeah. No, not this. The
This one.
learn section. Yes, how to use. How to use. Yeah. Just go here and play the video. You'll also come to know what are all the things we have already implemented, and also a video as to how to use the strike, basic things. But again, as and then you go inside the tool, there is one more video where you'll understand the tools better. So please do this. Uh, yes, definitely you need some time to understand it. Definitely. Uh, that will be, that is it from our end. Any doubts? You know, we are going to show you the futures model, what we have developed in the UAT right now. Okay, it is not yet live, but we just want to show it to you. It will take hardly 5 to 10 minutes. I hope you have the patience. Um, See, you don't need to pay us for the sessions. Regularly, we'll be doing this webinars once in 2 weeks going forward, so that we'll concentrate on every tool as and then new features comes up. Especially sector analysis is something you should really watch out for. Uh, it's not going to be a paid training sessions. It's going to be free. Okay, once in 2 weeks we'll do it. Sector analysis is something to watch out for. Definitely we'll have a session once we implement it, and of course options and futures once we go live. For that also we'll be conducting the trainings. So right now, I'm Shivam, if you can stop your screen share, and Jay, if you can share it. uh, yeah, this is a
Yeah,
UAT
sure.
system, guys. So it's like, nothing is perfect over here. We are just going to show you uh, whatever we have done till now, but this week we'll be going live, definitely.
Yeah. So this is the future screen that we are developing right now. So within futures, there are 5 tabs which we'll be displaying. So one will be the MWPL, that is the market-wise position limit. So through that, you can get to know which stocks are in ban, or which are the stocks where the position is very high, and they can probably get in ban. If you have any stock to search, okay, you can see, and I mean, you can type over here and you can see what is the position limit over there. Are they getting into ban or no? Then the next one is the OI built up. So over here, it is, I mean, we have segregated in four parts. So it is long built up, short covering, and long unwinding. So basically, whenever the prices are rising higher and the open interest is rising higher, so it is normally a bullish sign, and it indicates that the long is being built in that stock. So this is the category that you see over here. Similarly, in short built up, there is a lot of price damage that the stock has seen during the day, and that has happened on the back of higher volumes as well, meaning higher open interest as well. So that leads to the short built up. And similarly, we have short covering and long unwinding. So you can actually expand the tab, and you can get the overall view as well as to how the volume has been, when you compare it with the previous day. And then you have what is the PCR, what is the MWPL, what is the VWAP, and how is the rollover that is happening. So rollover, particularly day on day, it is not very useful, but especially when we head towards the expiry end, that is where the rollover data gets very important. Then we have the heat map. Okay, so over here we have categorized the stock in again into 4 types. So one is the long built up, then long unwinding, then short built up, and short covering. And there are stocks, where the prices, I mean, where the open interest or the price is not changed, so that has been kept in unchanged. But yes, over here basically, you can see which stocks are doing well in terms of prices, and the open interest is rising higher. And over here you can basically also choose as to how the sorting should be. Right now it is based on the open interest, okay, but if you want it based on the price, Then in terms of price, also you can do it. So yes, I mean, this is the combined one which we are actually working at. But as you can see over here, so the price change is by say 12% in PFC REC. So similarly, if you wanted to, or you want to do it through the open interest wise, so even in terms of open interest, PFC REC, has seen a higher surge in the open interest. So that is how, you can use the screen, and basically, you can also use multiple, options as well to see. I mean, if you are interested only to see the bullish ones, so in this case, what you will see is long built up and where the short covering is happening. Okay, so this would be your basically
Jay, sorry to
yeah.
interrupt. Light mode, please.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so yeah, so that is how you can focus on the list. Now the other one is OI interpretation. Okay, so over here again, you get to see the list of the stocks where long built up, short built up is there, but the only difference is that you will be able to see the chart as well. So right now we are working on the chart, and we should be able to resolve this in couple of days. But basically, you can see 1 month, 2 month, 3 month continuous futures. Okay, which means that the chart which you see is actually a continuous series of the future. So say for example, if the expiry had happened say on 31st of August, so on 1st on the 1st of September, you will actually see the September expiry moving back to the 1 month, and that way you will continue to see the continuous series of the stock. I don't think many of the platforms are offering, but the reason why we do is that this is something which I actually extensively use it, because when the prices are rising higher and the open interest is rising higher, so that is a good sign. But also accompanying that is that if we get a good delivery volume, then we get a good, if we see good volumes, then if we see good delivery also playing out, then the cost of carry and all is less or is very high. So those are all things that we have tried to include it in the chart, because this is something that we actually extensively use it at our end, and that is how we have built. Now of course, if someone has any suggestion, and if we feel that it makes sense to put it over here, we would definitely go for it. Then the other one is rollover. Now this is important, and this is something that is unique, I think, that in expiry, so this tab, expiry rollover, is nothing but that it gets updated whenever it is the last day of expiry. So that is basically just to know how the trends of the rollover are. But early positioning is something, this is very unique, and we are building on this. So basically what it tells you is that each of this number represents the open interest at the opening of the new expiry. Okay, so what happens is that if at all there is a very high, so over here if we see, if there is a very high change in open interest, okay, and if you see that prices have moved very sharply due to that, so there can be a chance at times that it can be either a continuation of the trend or it can be a reversal. So based on how things are, that is how you can actually analyze. So say for example over here, actually when you see the chart of, when you see the open interest of Delta Corp, so over here it shows you that it is 317% up. But actually if you see, maybe due to ban or something, in August there weren't much activity that was there. But if you see in normalized terms, so it has been hovering towards that open interest. But now say for example HDFC AMC, okay, now you can see that the open interest during the start of the month has always been in somewhere around 15 lakh, 14 lakh, 17 lakh, something like that. But now it is 52 lakh. Okay, and the prices have gone down for that day. So for that expiry. So it is telling you that a lot of shorts have been built up. So then if a lot of shorts have been built up, then that means that there can be two outcomes, right? If the bearish trend that is prevailing right, I mean the correction which has happened right now, that can prevail, or there can be a good short covering as well. Now, because the market trend has been up, okay, so then we need to find out, is there a case that we can see a trend reversal or no. So for that, I have to come to the chart and I have to understand what the basic trend is. Okay. And if I see over here, so see, I can see that the bands are narrowing, the RMI has actually come down to the zero line. It is now on the verge of giving a bullish crossover. So basically, if I actually see this, then this is kind of a flag. And if this is breaking out, okay, and I see unwinding starting to happen in the stock, so this stock would, I mean, the rise can actually lead to a good short covering rally as well. So this is how this screen of early positioning is very helpful, and that can be a great help to you. So once we have entirely built the screen, so there will be a webinar that we will put over here, and also explain you how the derivative trends are at the end of each expiry.
Okay.
And there was one more important thing, which actually I use it very extensively, and I would love to share it over here. So it is basically the deals and the insider trades. Now, whatever promoter does with its company, like buying shares or no, they know more I mean about their company than we, right? So if at all, we see a lot of buying happening by the promoters, okay, and continuous buying, so that can be a bullish sign. So right now, just to save time, I mean, I have been frankly using it since 2015 or so, and we see a peculiar trend in some of the stocks. Like some of the stocks, the promoter continuously keeps on buying rather than selling. Okay, so those are kind of stocks which people can actually track off, and whenever you see those breakouts or technical turning around, that can be a good level to probably for you to enter as well. So again, I mean, people techniques can vary, but this is one technique which I follow. So for example, we discussed over here that pharma was the one which has been possibly reversing its short term correction. So over here, there was one stock which I was yesterday only, I was scanning over here, and I could see that it is Lincoln Pharma. So again, please don't treat this as a recommendation, but I'm just telling you how you can make the best use of this system. So when I see Lincoln Pharma, so what I do is that I simply search, okay, and I see how the promoter activity has been. So you can see that every time they have been purchasing from the market, and that too, someday back to back they have been buying. So say 23rd, 25th, 29th, 1st September, 6th September, 8th September, and you can see the quantity also increasing. I mean, the yesterday's data, I mean, it showed that the quantity was also increasing. So now, I will be very curious to see what is exactly happening in this company. Okay, so what I do is that I go to Lincoln Pharma, I see the overview, and I see what is happening. So I can see that, the ROE is good, ROC is good, then price to book value is 2, which is okay. It gives some dividend. Then I would see that because the promoters have been, raising their stake, so I would be interested to see what the promoters are doing. So I can see over here that the promoter holding has gone from 32 to 48. Okay, so now this would make me even more interested in the stock. So what I do is that I go on the technicals, I see how the setup is. Okay, and if I see that say the long term and the medium term outlook is bullish as far as the charts are concerned, like I mean, it is trading above the averages, and the RMI, that is our proprietary indicator, which is in a bullish mode, especially on the higher time frame, then I would really be interested to see what is happening further in the stock. Okay, so basically insider trades are the one which once again I'll show you. So from bulletin board you have to go to deals and insiders, and over here we have the insider trades. Okay, so from here also you can actually get to know a lot of trend for the stock. So mostly, to be very honest, you might not see very relevant stocks over here, but there can be many stocks in the small mid caps, which I have actually seen, each time there is a correction in the market and the promoter comes and they buy the stock. So one such example of this is Shakti Pumps. So when you see over here, whenever there has been corrections in the market, they come in the market and they buy it. So see 2017-18, we had seen a big correction in the small mid cap. That was the time they had come and they had bought the shares. They had been buying the shares when it was, that COVID correction had happened. Then when we saw the correction, in 2022-23, this promoter was coming and buying the stocks from the open market. So basically, once you really keep a tab on this specifically, activity, you will get to know the behavior of the promoters as well, and probably it can help you in taking a view of the stock or knowing how the stock behaves at certain period of time. So this actually I find it very helpful, and I thought it would be worth sharing to you all.
Okay, fantastic, Jay. Fantastic analysis. And yes, the futures module will be going live this week. We'll post the videos. Uh, so I guess we are done with today's presentation. Please use the tool. It's for free right now. Definitely we'll be starting the subscription somewhere this month or the next month. But till then, keep using it. I'm sure uh, just need your feedback, how to improvise, what all functionalities we can add, and definitely regarding the subscription, it will be as low as 500 rupees per month, yearly charges. I mean, not yearly, monthly. So this is what we are planning. Uh, I hope you love the tool. Just need your feedback in the chat section, and please do follow us on YouTube. If you can, Shivam, if you can quickly show your YouTube channel where you're going live, and of
Sure.
course, please give the feedbacks on Twitter. We have a Twitter account also. Please do give it. My sincere request. Do follow us, support us, and definitely, I'll promise you that this will be the best tool ever in the market worldwide. That is what I'll promise you. This is our YouTube channel. Okay. And of course, please do follow us on Twitter and give your feedbacks. It is, if you can search for strike_IC on YouTube, you will get it. We just have 334 subscribers, so we need more and more. Yes, of course.
In the chat box.
Yes, please do share the Twitter account, and please post your reviews on Twitter also. Spread the message so that it will be helpful for us. I would love to see feedbacks on the platform on Twitter as well as on YouTube, especially on Twitter. This is going to be independent of Indiacharts, Ashokji. It will not be this one. It is completely independent. So, Twitter account, please, if you can post it.
Sure, I'll put it.
Yeah. Do follow us on Twitter. Spread the message. You can speak to your trading friends. We are posted in the chat, our Twitter account. Do follow there. Do follow us there. It's already live, Deepak. You can go to web.strike.money and start using the tool. Web.strike.money. Whatever tool we are showing, it's already live. Only the futures module is not live. So, yeah. The price is going to be approximately 500 rupees per month. So we can't get down below that because we are paying a lot of money to our developers, to our team, to the data NSE. So you need to understand that it can't be given for free. Nothing comes for free. You know it. You also work for money. So in the same way, this tool also needs money to develop more and more. So yeah. Yes. Please open the YouTube channel. Again, you can post it, Shivam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already.
Yes. once again you post it. Please follow us on YouTube. Every day, approximately 2 o'clock, Shivam is going live on the market analysis. You don't need to download the software, you just need to type in the URL web.strike.money. Once again, follow us on YouTube and Twitter, please. And post your reviews on Twitter. We look forward. Uh, I hope we get the traction of many people to use this software. With this, we are winding up. Uh, so somewhere down the line, yes, definitely, Pratap will be developing the mobile app also. It is just that the tool is so complex that we don't know how to show it on a smaller screen. So we are trying to figure out with our designers how to do it. Uh, any questions you can please put forth. I'm stopping the recording now. Yes, an educational channel within Strike. Yes, definitely we'll try and incorporate some videos as to regarding technical indicators and everything, how to read that. We'll do our best. And of course, we'll be having regular webinars going forward. Please do attend it. You don't need a high-speed internet to use web.strike.money. So, yeah.